time now to take a look at Supergirls and a new Sentry and a new name for Doctor Who, apparently. So once again, here we are at Cosmic Book News, and talked about this earlier, I think, or I forgot to get around to it. But anyway, there were a couple of ladies up for the role, rumor-wise, being considered, and now it appears it's down to just two, and that would be Millie Alcock and Meg Donnelly, and here they are in fan art and all that. So, the rumors, apparently the Hollywood Reporter is weighing in on this, saying that both Millie Alcock and Meg Donnelly are up to play Supergirl, but there can only be one. The site adds that Amelia Jones is out along with Kaylee Spaney? I don't know. Amelia Jones I'd heard about. I hadn't heard about her. Neither one of these guys will be Supergirl. He's going to be Luthor. Anyway, screen test was held, apparently. So according to the report, the Supergirls screen test was held on Tuesday. Wow, that was not long ago. With James Gunn present. It's also said Supergirl is a key part of Gunn and Safran's plans as they piece together their slate for DC Studios. Well, she is Superman's cousin, so she would be an important part of their developing DCU. So, of course, Alcock, best known for the younger Princess Rhaenyra Targaryen from House of the Dragon, and she did a good job. She was a pretty good actress in that. Of course, they jumped ahead in time, and it's the older version would continue on through the series. So I'm guessing she's free for new work. But the thing of it is, the part calls for, an isolated and troubled Supergirl in that the world she knew, because she actually, I think they're going with that she grew up on, Argo City, on the chunk of Krypton, and then it fell apart, and then she had to be spirited away to the Earth, where she meets up with her cousin. But he grew up on Earth, so he's used to it and fits in. She doesn't. And, it's a struggle for her and all that. And I don't know. I just got a feeling that Millie might be the one to portray that story, But on the other hand, Meg Donnelly has already played Supergirl in the animated movie, the Supergirl, the Legion of Superheroes film, which wasn't bad. It was pretty good. And actually, it's a Supergirl movie. Legion of Superheroes just guest star in it. And basically the same take on that. She doesn't fit in. Superman's trying to help her out, so he suggests, hey, I know. Why don't you go to the future and hang out with the Legion of Superheroes? I used to do that when I was your age. And of course, in the future, the Earth is closer to what Krypton used to be. And so she fits in there. She falls in love with the Brainiac in the future and all that sort of thing. And that actually would make a pretty good film. Unfortunately, they're going to base it on a Tom King story, which apparently is just a ripoff of True Grit. Unless they're redoing it entirely, which would be for the better, instead of listening to anything Tom King has to say about DC superheroes, then maybe it has a shot. And they just gotta give him an executive producer check or something because his mommy's in the company and all that. And if that's what you got to do, then fine, but just don't listen to him. Because that's bad news overall, regardless of which of these ladies gets the role. So, voice-wise, she did a good job in the animated movie. But just between the two and the nature of the story, I don't know. Just, and of course I've seen her in live action. I'm not familiar with this actress in live action. Maybe she'd do just as well. She did fine as the voice, so she could probably pull it off in live action as well. But the problem is the shadow of Tom King. It's really not that great. Spells doom already. Yeah. it. But hopefully that's all just a bunch of nonsense that Gunn has to say, and you know, they'll write a better story for it. But just the basics of Supergirl finding her way, yeah, that might work out okay. In the meantime, more than likely, she'll actually make her debut in the Superman film. You know, helping him out. Perhaps, once again, with the threat of Brainiac, which really wish that could have been Cavill's movie, and even Sasha Calle could have played his cousin. I think that probably would have gone better, but you can't have nice things. But anyway, I like both of them, actually, for the reasons I've discussed. So, good luck, girls. Meanwhile, over at Marvel, we've got, well, yeah, why'd I click that on? Lewis Pullman, I'm not familiar, but, because he's relatively new, but he was in Maverick, the Top Gun sequel. It's probably what he's well known for, if anything. And so they've gone through several since Stephen Yeun dropped out rather abruptly and recently. And after participating in a costume test. Boy, the costume must really look stupid. He said, holy crap, I don't want to do this. But then the role apparently was offered to Dev Patel. He said, nah, no thanks. Austin Abrams, same thing, nah. So now, I guess they're going with this guy. That's the rumor. Once again, Hollywood Reporter. And that's what they're doing. Now that Cosmic News weighs in on this, saying the guy's not very muscle bound. He doesn't have a lot of time because apparently they're going to start filming this year. So, and he probably just has to learn the role on the fly. But that's nothing new for Marvel. Apparently, their mode is to just shoot some cool looking scenes and stuff and then try to patch it together later. And mostly just do it in a green screen room. So anyway, and he makes the comparison here between Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander, and he looks fine in the outfit, and he's not a jacked up guy or anything like that. So yeah, it's doable. So yeah, so he's just gonna have to learn it on the fly. For the Thunderbolts film, for a while, so they, as far as things are as of now, they're going with it being released. I don't know about this release date. That's cutting it close. But, it is Marvel. They'll slap it together no matter what. And but I was beginning to wonder if this would be the one that would get the axe, because they more than likely need to cut stuff and scrap them. But probably still in a bit of a flailing moment due to just how bad the MCU situation is in. So anyway, they're going with this. The origin is that he was a drug addict. He breaks into a lab and drinks a souped up version of the Super Soldier Serum. But as I recall, it gives him more than, and obviously, he has Superman powers. He's way more powerful than Captain America was. Well, the souped up version of the Super Soldier. And, but ultimately, he kind of ends up with the power of the Beyonder, and turns bad, and they have to destroy him. He's a troubled man and has an alternate personality and all this, kind of like Moon Knight, But then again, it struck me, what if they used the Sentry to solve their Kang problems? They just move on from him, despite the fact that they teased him, and so now they're like, oh, now what do we do? But they're moving towards Secret Wars, and what if they just merge Beyonder and Sentry into one character, in a weird ass-backwards way? Yeah, they won't think of that. So anyway, that's apparently your new Sentry, provided the movie survives long enough to get made. The clock really is ticking, and if this is probably the guy they'll settle on. Then tomorrow there'll be something totally different. I don't know. Or it gets scrapped, which probably is the wisest thing to do at this point. Meanwhile, Doctor Who gets a new name. Doccy Who. Apparently this trended on X, formerly known as Twitter, making fun of the Shurigatwa era. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Yeah, the man with two heads. See, they could have just done that movie, Remember that one? Yeah. So, it gives a brief review of how bad it's been taken down. If you thought The Timeless Children was bad, well, RTD said hold his beer. And so there's all that crap. But anyway, apparently, yeah, so somebody came up with this. I guess it was TARDIS time. I don't know. They made the logos referencing Doccy Who. So, it's the different ones. But somebody got mad. And so here you have Doctor Who fan for over 50 years. I'm no gatekeeper, but cutesy fans who call it Doccy Who can F right off. Oh, my goodness. So, and then Dolly at Dolly Middle Mist says, "You, sir, are a fool, a nincompoop, a dander and a goon. Doccy Who is demeaning, childish, not childlike, and smacks of sheer foolhardiness. Can you imagine any of the doctors standing for such nonsense?" Yeah, quite a few, actually. But anyway, I certainly can't. Now, go and sit in the corner and think about your actions. And then showing formerly the first Doctor, now retcon to be, I don't know, the 1001st Doctor or something like that. Except this isn't hard now. This is Richard Herndal, who played the Doctor in the time. But anyway, you get the idea. So, all upset that this is demeaning, and it's just people who have a problem with Shurigatwa being the Doctor or something like that. But a simple gag like this and doctoring, get it, the logo and whatnot, making fun of it, is nothing compared to what Russell T Davies did. And in particular, his new Doctor, who, see, he's splitting off from the Doctor. So that means, oh, he kind of needs a new name because he's a brand new character. And it's just this clone of the Doctor, So he never gets a chance to actually play the Doctor. All he had to do was have David Tennant regenerate, and suddenly, boom, it's Shooty, like all the other Doctors got to do. All the white ones. Yeah, see? Yeah. So, the Doccy Who guys got nothing on the insult that RTD did it. And he did it to his own Doctor that he cast here. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's some fun, huh? That's pretty much all that's left of, well, it's Doccy Who now.